Let's get down to business. Now, I've already made a Welcome to Raccoon City video involving the casting choices. Link is in the description to that, as well as my Resident Evil playlist. So go check those out. Go check that video out. But before coming over here with this one, because I'm not going to really talk much about what I talked about in that video. I'm more going to talk about these freaking pictures that just came out. So, first of all, like I said in that video before, you got all the racists coming out of the woodwork because, oh my gosh, what's her face? Looks like Sheva. When honestly, she does not look like Sheva. You guys obviously don't know what Sheva looks like. Like I said, Sheva is very much post-colonialism. But to be quite frank, this woman who's playing Jill Valentine, she is like generations after generations of like colonialism. Generations after generations. So that's that on that. These stupid pictures that came out are really invoking the racists, invoking the gaslighters, the incels, and invoking the loser lunatics all at once. I'm getting like, it's too crazy. There's too many things to talk about. So first off, you got some people talking about, oh, Leon's perfect. You literally blind. Then I've got some people talking about, oh, well, that's just not right. That makes no sense. That's get woke, go broke. And for the colorblind, no, Leon S. Kennedy never had blonde hair. He never had dirty blonde hair. Stop thinking with your Anglo-Saxon penis. Stop thinking with your Anglo-Saxon penis. Leon S. Kennedy was never blonde. He had brown hair. And then there's some people who are like, I don't care. I'm happy that we're getting, you should be grateful they're even making the movie. We should be grateful. We're the ones going to be spending our money. I hate when people love to cape for these multi-million-dollar companies who don't care about you or I, and you're like going so hard in the paint for them. Oh, well, the director said he hand chose these actresses and actors. First of all, is he like Jesus? Can he be wrong? Because he does not look like someone who knows what Resident Evil even is. And there's so many places I can go with this because some things I don't even agree with, some things I agree with. And like I said, if you want to know my overall opinion about the casting, go to that video because I'm not really going to talk a lot about casting, but it's going to be minorly spoken about. So like with that video, I'm going to go down the list real quick of the people. Claire, like I said before, she's the closest one. But how hard is it to give her a ponytail? You gave Jill a ponytail and you didn't allow her to wear the STARS emblem like she's some weak woman loser and can't wear it. Oh, she didn't wear it for that scene. Shut up. Shut up. Like, honestly, shut the freak up. We saw Chris, who's another person who he's just white. He's a white dude. It's really, really, really hard to get Chris Redfield wrong, but y'all have been doing it animated. You can literally animate anything you want. It doesn't have to exist. It doesn't have to be real. And yet you guys can't have a consistent design for Chris Redfield. But he looks fine. He looks fine. He's just white dude. Like I said, Claire, how hard is it to put her in a ponytail? She doesn't have to have red hair or whatever. But you know what? How hard is it to put her hair in a ponytail? How hard is it? How hard is it? I repeat, how hard is it? That's how I know that these people, like, you guys are capping for them. You guys are capping for them like, oh, he's such a good person. I know him personally. He gave me a lung when I needed a lung. He gave me a part of his liver. Yeah. Like, why are you caping so much for this director dude who looks like he's never seen Resident Evil a day in his life? Some corporate loser. Some dude who's just gonna cash in. Of course, he's trying to sell a product. Of course, he's going to tell the fans, oh, it's just like the game. He's selling a movie or a show or whatever. He's selling this thing. He's selling this crap. Why are you guys believing him? Why are you believing him? Y'all believed Mortal Kombat was going to be great. Y'all believed everything before was going to be great. I'm here to let you know it's not. Based on these freaking pictures already, I'm annoyed. Already I'm annoyed. So first and foremost, Albert Wesker, he was a tall guy, but he was not towering. He was not like no tyrant. This dude, Dickon, who was also in Merlin as a knight, was the complete wrong choice for Wesker. I know what his voice sounds like. There's no way that this man can sound like Wesker at all. There's no way. And you guys want to play games and act like I'm nitpicking. Look up this dude. Look up this dude. He is way too tall for the cast around him. Wesker was not towering over people. He wasn't towering over people. He's not the Jolly Green Giant. Honestly, I'm nitpicking just because I want something that's halfway looking as what's in the game, because there's a reference point. It's not just somebody's book, somebody's imagination, because I want you guys to freaking look at it, and that's all you got to do is look. They can't even be bothered to look. How dare you tell me that the director was so great and he's so great and he knows what he's doing? He is selling you. He already sold it to you. You're already going to use your money to buy whatever, wherever it's going to be. Theaters, Netflix, Hulu, wherever it's going to be. He's already got your money. If I was selling something, I'm going to say, oh, it's just like this. It's just like this to get your money. You guys are so dumb. People are like, oh, I'm not here for the doom and gloom. Yeah, you can go say that to the racist and all that. But the people who really have real grievances with this, not just, oh, your race. Literally, it's not completely race bending if you want to play that game. Because they could have did a whole lot worse than what they did with Jill Valentine. I'm fine with Jill Valentine, honestly, to be quite frank. My other video, I explained why I had an issue with Jill Valentine, and it's coming to fruition. The racists are coming out saying she looked like Sheva. And like I said, you have to be dumb, blind, and a fool to think that this girl looks like anything like Sheva. She just ethnic, and like I said before, they can't tell the difference, so they're gonna call her black, and they did. I called it. I said I don't think she's black. She may be black, but I don't know. I told you guys in that other video I wasn't gonna guess, but everyone is saying she's black because Sheva's black, and Sheva doesn't even have phenotypes that are associated with black people. He doesn't have facial feature types that are associated with black people. She's literally post-colonialism, like 1 to 2 generations. And then you've got the people talking about Leon look like Louis Serra because he's Hispanic looking. Now, I can't remember exactly what I said in my previous video, but I do believe I called him Hispanic. That's wrong. He's Asian. Yeah. Didn't see that coming? You think every Asian person looked like Ada Wong? This dude literally from Victoria was a poor job of finding someone that was like Leon S. Kennedy. And he doesn't have any facial hair. Like, you guys are really getting annoying. Let me talk about this picture real quick. The picture of them right in the mansion, like right in the beginning. Sidebar. Why are you guys mixing Resident Evil 1 and 2 together when Resident Evil 0 and 1 correlate together better? There's no Rebecca Chambers. There's no Barry Burton. This is crap already. Without even taking into consideration what anyone looks like. Without Barry Burton in this. Without Barry Burton in this. Without Rebecca Chambers in this. What do we have? Not something that's just like the video games. You're already lying. You are already freaking lying. Unless they're trying to pull a bait and switch, which there would be absolutely no reason to, except to make everyone look like an idiot. Because you only gave us what you gave us. In this picture, people are asking, who is this person? I thought it was Leon for a second. For a split second, I thought it was Leon. And then some people were like, oh, that's Brad. Can you believe, supposedly, the actor said he's playing Richard? Richard? You guys got to play Resident Evil 1 again and see who's in that mansion scene. Literally, who's in that mansion scene? Last time I checked, it was Albert, Wesker, Chris Redfield, and Jill Valentine. They're like, where's Barry? That's the whole thing. Jill goes to find Barry. Chris goes to do whatever. Freaking get stuck in a broom closet. Like, Wesker is plotting against them. Spoiler boiler. But I'm sure the people who are going to watch this show aren't just some fly-by-night people. They're trying to get us, the fans. This dude's Richard. Like, how are we supposed to know that's Richard? Because that's not how the story went. I really love it. I love it. Like, it gives me my feastings. It gives me my nourishment to hear someone say I'm nitpicking, because you're just wrong. And I can just sit there. I don't have to argue with you because I already know you're just wrong. I'm not nitpicking. Oh, in my first video, I talked about facial features. I'm going to get to the nitty gritty because I don't understand why it's so hard to just look at a thing. Like, stop hiring people that are blind. They can't do it. They cannot do it. You guys are dare gonna defend this dude when they're harping on the actors and whatnot. How are you gonna harass the people who are ethnic? They are ethnic, or some sort of, they're non-white. Jill Valentine and Leon, and complain, but then you're not gonna complain to the guy who made it. You guys are gonna defend him until your dying breath. See? Now that's why I think most of the people who are playing games like this are racist, because it's this white dude who you're saying, or you've got internalized racism if you're not white or if you're ethnic. Because why on earth are you defending this dude so much just for him to spit in our face and laugh about it? He's literally going to spit in our face and laugh about it. Like I said, we already don't have two characters that are crucial to the story that if they weren't, why were they there? You know who's not crucial to the story of Resident Evil 0? Enrico. He's not. So if you want to play games, and if you were making a remake or reboot or rehash hashtag something on Netflix or something or whatever, and then you're going to omit Enrico, that's a minor, still an issue, because you're taking things and people want, oh, do you just want to play the games? I want something that looks just like the game if you're going to call it that. Yes, that's what I want. So stop asking stupid, dumb questions like that. Stop asking stupid, dumb questions like, oh, do you want the same thing? Why not? Why not? If they made a Sonic movie like they made before, if they're going to make a Sonic movie and then Sonic is green, that's not right. It's not right. You guys know that's incorrect. I don't understand how hard it is. It's not even something you didn't, it's about their acting. It's about their acting. Newsflash to every single person who will ever say that. The only time you get away with not looking exactly like something is during a play. So I suggest you go buy yourself a ticket to a play and go watch that if you want to watch something that's inaccurate. Have a good day, because I'm not here to watch something that's mediocre. I'm not here to give my money to something and give my time and give my view to something that's mediocre. I have my grievances with who they chose as Leon more than I care about Jill. Because like I said, she looks like she is like 3/4 white. Whatever's in there is crawling to get out. Crawling. Leon's just straight up wrong. And you guys can play blind if you want to and be like, oh, he's perfect. You know, all you see is that dude from Victorious. Don't even play games with me. He cannot be Leon S. Kennedy. How hard was it to find someone that could act and was white? Or even if he was black or Hispanic? Why does this dude have a mustache? I know it took you a very long time to grow that thing, dude from Victorious, but that's not what the gig requires of you. Same goes for Richard. Why does Richard look like Leland Stottlemyre from Monk? He looked like Leland Stottlemyre from Monk. I don't understand how hard it was, but whatever. Literally whatever. Dickon's white and I still don't like him as Albert Wesker. Now what? He's too tall. He looked nothing like Wesker. He could never possibly sound like Wesker unless they edit it and just dub it, which if I had $1 billion to freaking spend like all these Anglo-Saxons on this crap garbage, I most definitely would dub everyone's voice. Because why not? Why not? Freaking. And then we've got Claire over here without the ponytail, like I said. No ponytail, it's whatever. That's how I know they watched those previous movies, because that's Claire had her hair down in the Mila Kulovich or whatever her name is. Mila's Alice, whatever, Resident Evil. Her hair was down. Her hair was kind of red and I kind of liked it. She didn't look like Claire to me. To me, she didn't look like Claire. She tried it, and I give her credit for that. She tried. The Jill in that movie was a really good Jill. There was nothing that I could have said differently. I don't think there was anything wrong with her look. And if you guys want to see my reviews of all those Resident Evil movies and the CGI movies, link is in the description. But yeah, you guys are gaslighting people. Oh, you guys only saw 3 pictures and you're going off. Yes, we're going off. Yes, of course. I mean, everyone's going off. Like, the real grievances are muddled with racists and incels who want Jill to look just like that because he wants somebody to like freaking drool over when he watches the movie. And he's like, oh my goodness, if I drool over this girl, it'll be an ethnic woman. I can't like an ethnic woman. But shut up. Freaking everyone needs to shut up, honestly. Like, it's hard. It's hard. You guys are making it so hard to just freaking exist right now. Playing games. But you're not playing the Resident Evil games because nobody looks like nobody except Chris and Claire. And I think it's hilarious because there's like so many sides to all this. Like, some of the losers who simp for Leon are like, oh my goodness, that's perfect, because they're so blind to like reality, because they think Leon is anything more than a glorified side character of Resident Evil franchise. And then you got people who are like, I don't care what they look like. Freaking just put Resident Evil on something that's just like Undertale and call it Resident Evil, and I should sop that thing up with a biscuit. Like, I think it's really interesting that every time there's real grievances, I'm told that I'm nitpicking. I'm told that I just want to be doom and gloom. I'm told that I always have an angered opinion about Resident Evil. Well, until they get their act together, until they actually want to earn some money, I'm not going to give them money for nonsense. Resident Evil 8 was the last time. It was the last time. We didn't even get verse on time. They don't care. You guys are literally giving slack to people who don't deserve slack. Like, and another thing, don't go to the actresses and actors like they're the ones that hired themselves for this role. They just went to the audition. They were the ones that were accepted by that loser lunatic that you guys are going ride or die for. When you don't know him, he don't know you. He will never know you. And you guys are playing games like defending him. Defending this schlop. And then let me talk about that garbage that everyone's hyping up. This looks like Party City. This looks like we're serving very much Party City chic. Party City chic, boy. Like, that mask looks terrible. Y'all need to re-put on TV that sci-fi original Face Off, because there were so many people who were good at prosthetics and so good at makeup, and they would have done justice to Lisa Trevor, because she was wearing a mask, yes, but you could see behind it. And they don't want to give all their gooses out and whatnot, but I'm just saying that they did a poor job on that Lisa Trevor, and I don't understand how people are like, oh my goodness, so scary, so scary. Maybe my tolerance for being afraid is way higher than y'all, but I don't understand why you guys are hyping this up so much. This is why I get angry, because they're listening to you guys who are wrong and saying, oh, I'm excited, this is great. When we do give our grievances in a collective sound, they fix it. Let's go back to Sonic the Hedgehog again. When everyone said that was boo-boo and done, they literally redid the whole movie and put it out. Yes, that was CGI, and it's a lot harder to do when it's a bunch of people walking around, but they already did reshoots because of what we were saying. They're, of course, not going to change anybody's actor, but the very least, why on earth was Barry Burton, Rebecca Chambers omitted? That's my biggest question. My second biggest question is, why did you get a big behemoth to play Albert Wesker? My third question is, what on earth were you guys thinking about freaking putting Resident Evil 1 and Resident Evil 2 in the same situation? Yeah, they're all Resident Evil 0, 1, 2, and 3 are more connected together than any other game except Code Veronica. Code Veronica is kind of like right after Resident Evil 2. But to be quite frank, it's a miss. It's a miss already, because you guys are playing games. It seems like you're going to overlap it to where Leon is where he shouldn't be, because you guys know how quote unquote popular Leon is. I'm just so disappointed. I'm not nitpicking. Yeah, if I talk about a nose or forehead or whatever, that's the best we can do. Like, if we nitpick, they're only gonna take like a small portion of that and integrate it. If we just say some minor things, the change, what they get from it is going to be minor. So I'm giving you all my grievances. I'm giving you everything. When we don't nitpick, we get Alice. We get all this crap. We get stupid zombie dogs over and 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 over. When we don't nitpick, freaking Leon S. Kennedy becomes the staple boy of Resident Evil when he's only in like 3 games. He's only in 3 games, and it took 7 years for him to get his own game. Him being alone in that game makes him more of an isolated character than making him staple boy, if that makes sense. People love to talk to me about, oh, well, at least he's got his own game. Everybody else has to share a game. Well, it's camaraderie, bro. There hasn't been a Resident Evil game, aside from these new crap ones with Ethan Winnis, that didn't rely on freaking teamwork. Resident Evil 0, literally you have to move 2 characters at once. Resident Evil 1, there's 2 different storylines. Resident Evil 2 has the same thing. Resident Evil 3 has the same thing. Resident Evil 4 is the only one. Even Code Veronica has different storylines that you follow, not at the exact same time. That's kind of a different thing. But freaking Leon is freaking trash, and that's why he was in that freaking video game alone. And if you want to talk about Ada, she's barely a character herself. Unfortunately, they did her dirty, and she's barely a character. She's not a character unless Leon S. Kennedy's there. So, but I'm really done, honestly. There's nothing else I have to say about this except garbage, trash, garbage. And stop shaming people into not talking about this, because you guys are like, oh, well, Silent Hills don't get nothing and we get everything, so you guys should be grateful. We should not be grateful for stuff that we have to buy. We should not be grateful for stuff we have to buy. We're grateful for things that are given to us. We're grateful for things that just so happen to befall upon us. But I'm not going to be grateful for something that we have to buy with our own money. That's going to be overpriced as crap. We do not have to be grateful for something that we're paying for. We do not have to be grateful for mediocrity. Again, like I said, anyone who's defending this director like they're your father or uncle or cousin, baby cousin or something, like coddling him, is ridiculous. You're just giving him more steam to say, oh, this is great. All the fans love it. When already I see things like Jill not being able to wear the STARS uniform or anything like that I didn't even notice that she wasn't wearing a star emblem. But freaking Chris is. Like, when you get a man working on something, you see the misogyny right as soon as possible. You see the misogyny, and then probably to make himself feel better about himself, he's like, oh, well, let me hire this girl rather than finding someone that looks just like Jill. But like I said, I don't even care much about Jill as much as I care about Leon, as much as I care about Wesker, who is the same ethnicity, Anglo. They're both Anglo, and I still hate that casting choice. I still hate it. So some people may be hiding behind racism when it comes to explaining why they hate this whole situation, this whole Welcome to Raccoon City crap. It's not just that. It's not just about them being racist. Some of us, like me, actually have big issues with this project. And I'm so sick of these people in America making things and then just like getting money from it. Like freaking Death Note that was set in America was the dumbest thing on earth. It was the dumbest thing on earth. I was so excited to watch it, especially since they got William Dafoe to play Ryuk. But honestly, that's how it goes, because they don't have people that are actually fans. They love to pretend. They love to lie. Just like that dude lied when he said Death Note was going to be like, oh, it's going to be great. It's just like the thing. Like, it was nothing like it. Nothing like it. So you guys need to stop taking these people by their word and just like, if you feel that way, just shut up. Just shut up, because this is the time for us to be able to tell him what he needs to change, because it's not working, and maybe they can push it back. I don't care how many times this thing gets pushed back. If it's not good, then push it back further. If it's terrible, I'm going to say it's terrible, and I'm going to make a video about it and talk about how terrible it is. I already see that it's not going to be good. Just like freaking, I knew Infinite Darkness was going to be terrible when I saw Leon in the front. I call these things. I call these things, and y'all don't like to listen. Y'all like to say I'm nitpicking because I said that the nose width is too big, or this dude's too tall. Like, out of everything I'm going to say, he's only going to take a small portion of that. So just say your small grievance while I tell you every single thing that I think is wrong. Even the small things. Even the small things. I'll say everything. Because I want something that's worth using up my money for. Like, I'm done.